Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Sheesh. Before we get into anything on this show today, it is 9/11, 2023. I don't have a long speech. Everybody knows what went down that day. I will do a moment of silence for victims and the victims' families. Man, week one, baby. NFL foosball, still not all the way finished. One more game left to play, and that is Monday night football, baby. The Bills and the Jets. I gotta tell you, personally, just personally, I've had one of the worst football betting weekends of my career, and I ain't mad at it. That's what week ones are for, calibrating everything, getting my balance, seeing if I can hit the, okay, so this one ain't as sturdy as that one. All right, all right. Got me thinking. A lot of these blowouts, man. Gonna play a game in a minute. Were they that good? Or was that team that bad? Were they that good? Or that bad? Teams like the Niners, were they that good? Steelers, are they really that bad? Of course, last night's game. I mean, whoo, whoo. I think they're still filling out police reports last night from the Giants and the Giants fans. I know some kids in New York are gonna be dealing with some nightmares the rest of their life. Are the Cowboys that good? Are the Giants that bad? The other one I saw, the Browns and the Bengals, probably, maybe the most surprising one. Cowboys Giants, it surprised me, but it didn't really. You know, the Niners Steelers, it surprised me, but it didn't really. If you've been watching this show for even the last month or two, I've been talking about the Niners being my team to win the Super Bowl. Now, I'm dislike the Niners as a fan, a fanatic, but as a better, I think they are the best team in football. I thought that before yesterday. Yesterday was kind of confirmation. But even the good stuff. Does week one really matter? How much does week one matter? We've seen teams like, let's say, the Bengals last year go 0-2. Still become a pretty dangerous team down the end of the season. Does week one matter for the losers or the winners more? Have no clue. Bunch of close games as well yesterday we will dive into. And also, way, way too early this season, we're going to look at the divisions, baby, and how they're shaping and shaking out. 16 games left for most of these teams. I'll have some of that in a second. Also, it is Monday, baby. You know what we do on Mondays here. It's still baseball season. We'll dive deep into the baseball races as far as playoffs, wild cards, divisions, and all that and more. Recap what happened over the weekend on, excuse me, the Diamond. I'm sure a lot of y'all missed some baseball action this weekend. I ain't mad at you. All eyes on the foosball gods. Man, Sheesh. Ain't gonna lie to you. Put like 15 bets in for college. Did not do well. NFL was a little better to me. Anyway, this is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live. It is September 11th. Sun is shining. We're gonna talk some gambling here. We got some bets for tonight. Bills, Jets. I also have some baseball bets for you this evening. If that intrigues anybody, there's a game at noon that I like. I like it a lot. Anyway, I guess we could just dive in. Dive in. I need to get somebody to give me some graphics. Yiddy. 40-0, man. Last night. I just start there and work backwards. 40 to damn nothing. Thank you. By the way, I had the under on the game. Under 44 on a hook. But for it to be this way, 40 to damn nothing. I also had the Giants plus 3.5. Yuck. Am I right? I mean, that was just embarrassing. I slept through the fourth quarter. Should have probably slept through the second quarter. It was crazy how I turned on in Texas. The first drive, the Giants are moving the ball. Next thing you know, they have a bot snap. End up with like 4th and 17. We'll get the 3 points. Get the defense out there. No. Block field goal, return for a touchdown. I see a lot of bettors are mad because they had Dallas's defense to score a first touchdown, and they're not getting awarded money. And I got something to say to y'all. The defense didn't score a touchdown. Special teams did. So yeah, you're not gonna win a bet on the defense when special teams. I know it's a hard concept to grasp, but that's like saying LeBron James first basket. He gets an assist on the first basket, and you want your damn money. New generation just built different. I see. Packers, baby. I mean, they put it on the damn Bears. The Bears, who are supposed to be 12-5 projected. Packers supposed to be big trash. Packers handling business week 1 in the division. Dolphins come back. Whew. This one broke my heart, ain't gonna lie to you. Dolphins come back on the Chargers, 36-34, high-scoring shootout victory. Your boy Tyreek Hill highlighted that game with 200-plus receiving yards. I mean, that game, all the overs hit. I had Waddle's receiving yards over. I had Allen's receiving yards over. I had Eckler's rushing yards over. All of it hit. All of it hit. That was just an overs game, man. Everything hit. Over on the game hit. Rams. What? This game last week garnered a lot of talk, a lot of attention because the line was moving towards the Rams' favor, and nobody, and I mean nobody and their mother can figure out why the money was coming in on the Rams. Well, we still don't know why the money was coming on the Rams, but we do know that the Rams was the right side to put your money on. Eagles, 25. Patriots, 5. Eagles barely hold on and barely cover for your boy. Man, please. Yesterday was the weirdest week 1 I remember, to be honest with you. And maybe I could be wrong. I'm just getting old. Raiders, 1-point victory over the Broncos. Boy, did Sean Payton look awkward in orange and blue? Or was it just me? They showed him on the screen during like a halftime, whatever, a Melage, woody wop, dee dop highlights. And I said, ha! That's all I said. Ha! This guy looks weird. Saints holding on 15-16. Victory over the Titans. What a weird game that was. 49ers smash, bash, and Couldn't think of another one besides rash, which was a weird one. Handle the Steelers in whopping fashion. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was not Pittsburgh Steelers football. I mean, it was embarrassing. They need to get some things under control. Still think they'll be all right, but it did kind of uppercut all my preseason takes that the Steelers were going to be a serious team. The Jaguars handle business against the Colts, baby, getting the upper leg on that division. Guess I'm just running through games. I didn't plan on doing it this way. F it. Commanders handle business against the Cardinals, who were more competitive than people thought. Falcons, maybe everybody is right on Atlanta. Falcons handle business over the Panthers 24-10. The Buccaneers, how about the NFC South? Only team to lose in the NFC South was the Panthers, who took on division foe Falcons. Both Bucks and the Saints played against other divisions and handled business. Buccaneers 3-point victory over the Vikings. What the H? Ravens blowing out the Texans 25-9. I mean, besides the Packers and Cowboys, I guess Dolphins Chargers, I don't know. I guess I could take back. I was about to say it wasn't like anybody just really blew somebody out, like 63-7, but I've been watching too much college. And then the Browns. The Cleveland Browns. How about the Browns defense, baby? Holding the Bengals to only 3 points. Maybe it is something to the whole not playing preseason and get that ass whooped the first week of the season that they've been talking about the last few years. Next year, I will definitely try and take advantage of that trend. Because, boy, most of these quarterbacks outside of Jared Goff that I can think of off the top of my head that missed the entire preseason got that ass whooped, slapped, uppercutted. Tonight, you got the Jets, baby, taking on the Buffalo, the Bills. Man, please. Whoever wins this game tonight will be tied with the Dolphins at the top of the division at 1-0. Tomorrow, we'll definitely dive deeper into week 2. Just off the top of my head, there are a few matchups that I like. I love the Giants. Can they bounce back? They have the Cardinals. And then we'll see the Jets tonight, but the Cowboys will host the Jets the next weekend. Can the Dolphins go crazy again against the Patriots? Saints. See why we got to get the Monday night doubleheader. Why they couldn't be a Monday night doubleheader tonight? Saints, Panthers, Browns, Steelers. What game y'all think the world going to want to watch more? Ain't that some... Anyway, T-Way. It was an intriguing first week of the season. Definitely an exciting one. I mean, just from the first game, Lions beating the Chiefs, you knew this week would offer something special. Pretty much everything we thought was going to happen happened outside of Browns beating the Bengals, Vikings losing to the Bucks. And I guess Rams Seahawks. Everything else kind of went as planned. Bears Packers was a toss-up game. Could have went either way. Dolphins Chargers also could have went either way. That one came down to the wire. Eagles hold on against the Patriots. Titans Saints. I thought it could go either way. I thought Titans +3 was the right play in that game. I ended up betting the over 41.5, which was the wrong play in the game. Raiders Broncos close game. I thought the Steelers would keep it a little bit closer, but I wasn't like shocked at anything really outside of the Giants. Just at halftime, I was thinking like the Giants, they can't just lay down. It's the first week of the season. They're in New York. Like for the Giants to just lay down, I mean, it's a horrible look for the rest of the season. thought they'd come out and fight. I thought somehow, some way, they would claw their way back into at least making the game interesting. And by interesting, I don't know, down 10 going into the fourth, maybe. Get 2 unanswered touchdowns in the third. Excuse me. They did none of that. None of that. Week 2 will kick off Vikings, Eagles. Eagles hosting the Vikings. Love it. Love it, man. Can't wait till the Lions come out for week 2. I'm surprised the Lions are not. Oh, here they go. Here they go, boy. They was tricking me. Eagles, 7.5-point favorites. They are at home. They are taking on the Vikings. 7.5 feels just a little too big, but I off the top of my head, I don't know. If I had to play something on this game, it might be the over right this second, 48 and a hook. I think this game could be a shootout, or I think it could get boogly. But yeah, I'll touch on these games, man. Over the course of the week, we'll get a week 2 bet slip going. Without further ado, this is what you all been waiting for, ain't it? Major League Baseball. Getting down to the wire. 20-something games left, baby. 20-something game. I mean, it's closer to 20. 142. It's exactly 20 games left for the Baltimore Orioles. I'm guessing most teams around there. Looks like 19 games left for the Yankees. Sheesh. Yankees have to win out, it appears, to make a wild card spot. They are 8 games back. I am geeked up for these Major League Baseball playoffs, man. I cannot exaggerate enough how I cannot wait to see what the hell is going to happen this year. Because, I mean, outside of the usuals in Houston, Atlanta, and the Dodgers, nobody knows what the hell is going to happen. Can the Twins actually make a run once they make it? I don't know. I think they're the worst team that's going to be in the playoffs, but nobody knows. They definitely got talent, and they got competitive pitching, to say the least. But Baltimore, what will these young players do? Will they show up or will they disappear? Can Texas Rangers even get back into the damn playoffs after their horrible August? What the hell is going on with Seattle? Make all that noise in August just to come out in September and start falling back towards the pack. Losing the last 3 games. This one you got to keep the foot on the pedal, man. Ain't no relaxing. Unless you're the Braves, who have already clinched the playoff berth. The only team to clinch playoff berth. Atlanta Braves, baby. The only team that could lose every game here on out and still make the playoffs. The Diamondbacks getting things back together after falling apart in July and August. They're holding on to that wild card spot. They do have teams like the Giants, the Redlegs on their tail. And of course, can't forget about those Miami Marlins. Look at this wild card picture. Deep dive in depth. Man, it's a crazy weekend in baseball. I know. Nobody's watching that. I know. We don't give a damn about that. I will say this, the Rangers, they got the athletics. They got exactly what they needed. The worst team in baseball to come to their stadium. And they handled business. They won the last 2 games over the weekend. The Giants got the Rockies. A few of these teams were given gifts this weekend. And boy, did they handle business. Reds got the Cardinals. They won that series. The Giants beat the Rockies. Rangers beat the A's. The Diamondbacks struggled against the Cubs outside of Zach Gallen's full game shutout on Friday. Yes, you thought I forgot. Full game shutout on Friday, baby. Give this man the Cy Young Award, please. Give him and Cole the Cy Young Award for me. No, don't do it for them. Do it for me. I got tons of money in that futures market. Anyway, wild card, baby. AL division leaders. You got Baltimore, 3-game lead. Astros, 2-game lead. In the Minnesota Twins with a 7-game lead. Wild card teams at the moment. You got the Rays with a very hefty lead on this wild card race. They are 8.5 games ahead of any team in the wild cards. Toronto 8-2 over their last 10, getting things right when they need it the most. Winners of 3 in a row over the weekend. They are now 1 game above the Rangers and the Mariners. The Mariners. You got Toronto and Seattle right now holding these last 2 spots, but a half a game back is the Rangers. I think the Rangers got to do it, man. You can't have the season the Rangers just had and not make the playoffs this year. It'll just be a bellowing blow to that fan base, to the organization. Red Sox 6 games back, Yankees 8 games back. I don't think either one of them have a chance, but hey, who the hell am I? I've seen weirder things happen. Either one of these teams, I guess, could technically go 19-2 and down the stretch and still a spot, but I wouldn't hold my breath in Boston or in New York. Man, what happened to the Angels is just sad. You decide to go all in August 1st. Wrong decision. I'll just leave it at that. White Sox officially eliminated from any kind of playoff berth. Get them the hell on up out of here. National League division leaders. Of course, you got the Braves, the best team in baseball. Right behind them is the Brooklyn Bums, the LA Dodgers. And then you got the Milwaukee Brewers, baby, holding on to their division by a thready thread. Chicago Cubs holding on to a wild card spot right now. However, they are 2 games back from, maybe 2.5 games back from the Brewers for the division lead. Wild card teams right now, you got Phillies of Philadelphia with a 4-game lead over the Pack. Cubs got a 2-game lead over the Pack. And then you have the Diamondbacks literally barely holding on by the pinky nail to this last wild card spot. You got Miami a half a game back from them. Giants and the Redlegs 1.5 games back. So still got 4 teams in this National League within 2 games of a wild card spot and 20 games left. If that don't excite you, you're not a fan of the sport. This will probably be where my eyes will be at the next 3 weeks. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, sometime this week I'll probably stop betting teams like the Dodgers and the Braves. Not because they won't win. It's just, why would they care to put 100% effort in? And I know they're getting tuned up for the playoffs, but both of these teams been there before. They've won it recently. Both of these teams probably going to take some foot off the gas. Now, a team like the Orioles, I expect them to ramp things up. But I'm going to be looking at these races, teams that have meaningful games coming up, and start backing them or fading them depending on what's going on. Teams like the Reds, I'll probably fade. I said it in June. The Reds will probably be 5-6 games under 500. Right now, they're 3 games above 500 with 20 games left. I can see them just really having that one series where they just lose all 3 games, don't bounce back, and just let the season just slide to wherever it ends. The Giants, however, I think they're built a little differently. I think this is what they do. This is like them at their best, trying to get into that wild card spot, knowing they're a dangerous team if they get there. Marlins. Marlins have surprised me all season. I am surprised that they're even in this position. 8-2 over their last 10. Every time I think this team is going to just give up and fall apart, they do the opposite. And then, of course, you got the Diamondbacks, who, man, on paper, I believe in more than you know. On paper, I believe this could be a World Series team. I don't think they believe in themselves like that, which is the problem. But if you look at their pitching and their hitting, no team wants to see this team in a 7-game series, much less a 3-game wild card series. So Diamondbacks just need to believe in themselves, man, but they're young, and that's what comes with young teams. They don't have the full belief system. But man, I am geeked coming down the stretch on these teams. I'll tell you that right now. Be definitely keeping a close eye on these races, man. As much as I do love football, this is where my eyes going to be at the next month. And then I'll probably put a month into fully covering football before college basketball starts up. And that's where most of my time will go because that's where most of my money comes from. I usually make a killing college basketball season, tread water a baseball season, and I don't know. I usually break even football and baseball. College basketball is the only sport I've ever truly been able to make a killing, like killing. Make a I can end the season up a few units in baseball and football, but usually, especially because the tournaments come March, hit a few futures, go into them tournaments with some extra cake, and just go crazy for 6 weeks. So much excitement, energy. Let's look at what's happening tonight. You got the Braves, baby, taking on the Phillies. Doubleheader game 1 will have Taijuan Walker taking on Uncle Charlie Morton, the OG. That game will be in Philadelphia. Kind of want to lean the Phillies, game 1. Braves, game 2. Not sure yet. Not sure yet at all. But I do kind of want to lean Phillies, game 1. You can get them on the money line plus 124. I'm actually going to put that one in right now. Phillies on the money line plus 124. And then you got the Pirates taking on the Nationals. Patrick Corbin usually is a fadeable pitcher. Hasn't been like that recently. Nationals plus 116. I ain't mad at it. Pirates, however, I wouldn't be mad at that either. Stay away from that game. Dean the Man Creamer, who's my guy, he's taking the mound for the Orioles, which means one thing. I will be on the Orioles run line tonight. Plus 122. Orioles minus 1 and a hook, baby. We're back to betting baseball. I love it, man. Now, this matchup here is going to be a good one, a great one. Chris Bassett for the Blue Jays taking on Dane Dunning and the Rangers north of the border. Oh, man. This probably would be where my eyes are at tonight. Definitely will probably be flipping back and forth between this and Monday Night Football. This game starts an hour before Monday Night Football. I will definitely try and get the first 5 innings in uninterrupted before I switch over to A.A. Rod and Josh Allen. Zach Davies taking the mound. Mets, Diamondbacks. I would like the over on that game. Give it to me, baby. Nice and slow. Over 9, Mets, Diamondbacks. I think Davies is getting them better than usual. I still think the Mets can put up some runs on them. And Jose Quintana, always an over pitcher for me, no matter where he's at. Yankees, Red Sox. Who gives a hot ham? I guess y'all still do. I'm staying away from this one for sure. As they say in the streets, for shit sure. Cutter Crawford on the mound for the Red Sox, taking on Clark Schmidt. Clark Schmidt for the Yankees. Jesus Luzardo. He don't get enough love. I've tried to give him as much love as I can on this show. Having a phenomenal season for the Marlins. Taking on the Brewers with Woodruff on the mound. Gonna stay away from that one. Glasnow, Gray, Rays, Twins. If I had to bet it, it'd be the Rays. Gonna stay away. Astros taking on the Athletics with their ace, Framber Valdez on the mound. Hey, I ain't mad at it. Cubs, Rockies. Stay away from anything in Coors Field, because anything can happen. Logan Gilbert taking on the Los Angeles Angels. Logan Gilbert for Seattle Mariners. Is he the one? It can't be him, huh? I mean, that just happened Friday. Which pitcher was that, man? I'm going to cuss him out tomorrow. I'm going to write that down right now and cuss his ass out tomorrow. I'm going to figure out who that was. Seattle Mariners pitcher crying like a little. I guess we get the point. I don't have to write the B word. Oh my God. If you saw the interview, I will give my 2 cents on it. I put my 2 cents on Twitter the other day. Just soft. I didn't think about it until I saw the Mariners again. I should have thought about it last night and wrote it down in what I was going to talk about. But you got the Mariners taking on the Angels. Just because that pitcher's a B-I word, I now think the entire Mariners organization are B words, which means I would never, ever, ever back a Mariner. Guardians taking on the Giants. Alex Cobb on the mound. It's going to be a good one, taking on the Guardians. Padres, Dodgers, the Brooklyn Bums. If I had to bet this one, man, Dodgers on the run line at plus money always looks good to me. I think I'm going to stick it with these three, baby. Give me the Phillies on the money line. Give me the Orioles on the run line. And give me the Diamondbacks and the Metropolitans over 9. Let's get to Monday Night Football real quick before I get the heck on up out of here. But just one more time. Phillies on the money line. Orioles on the run line. And the Diamondbacks. Metropolitans on the over 9 on that game. All right. I'm going to tell you what worries me. The trend that I've noticed the most in week 1 of NFL football has been D-lines. D-lines dominating. And then I look at both of these teams and what D-line I think is going to dominate. It has to be the Jets, right? I mean, Josh Allen's about to just be running for his life, right? I think so. I'm going to stick with my gut. My original bet here. The Jets on the money line. You can get it right now at plus 112. Give me the Jets on the money line. You can get it right now at plus 112. Anytime touchdown score. Yes, I know. Plus 150. Give me Garrett Wilson. Anytime touchdown score. Plus 150. Garrett Wilson. We're going Jets all the way, baby. Jets. I don't love them that much. To finish it. I don't love them that much to finish it. Sorry, I'm just looking at a few more props here. Sheesh, 69 and a hook on Garrett Wilson's receiving total over. I'm not mad at it at all. Diggs set at the same number. Man, that can only mean one thing. I feel like both of these numbers should start with a 7 or an 8. Unless they think both of these teams are just going to try and dominate the run, which I doubt it. I think this is going to turn into a shootout in the second half, be a slow first half. I think Diggs and Garrett Wilson gets over 70. Or do I want to go Lazard over 38 and a hook? Gabe Davis over 46 and a hook. All good questions. All good questions. Jets on the money line. Garrett Wilson, anytime touchdown, plus 150. Garrett Wilson over 69 and a hook on receiving yards. And hell, give me Stephon Diggs to do the damn thing. That's what I'm rocking tonight, baby. Gave you the 3 baseball. Gave you the 4 football. 7 bets on the slip. It's going to be a great Monday, baby. Start this week off right. in the words of Mac Main. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives, going live every every weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is September 11th. Again, hats off to the victims and the families of 9/11. And please, everybody, take these wagers at your own risk. And please, for the love of your family, gamble responsibly. Doves.